Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to make elastic adjustable with these rubber beads. In a previous video I showed you how I use pony beads to make the elastic adjustable, but I've switched over to these rubber beads because I find that the pony beads are breaking, they're cracking in the dryer. I also sell face masks. Other people sell them on Etsy, and when you sell them you don't want any of your product breaking, so it's better to switch over to these beads. There are two types that I found that I've used, and you'll see this one has ridges, and then these are the new ones that I use that I've switched over to probably permanently, and they are round and they come in black and white. So do these ones with the ridges. So you'll see the beads have holes on them, one on either end, and this has a large hole on one end and a small hole on the other end. And we're going to be pulling the elastic through the small hole and have it come out the large hole. Okay, so I also wanted to explain that I switched to round elastic. I was using latex, but I found that it was itchy and it smells and it actually hurts your ears. So I switched over to this round elastic, which is much better. And there are different sizes with this elastic, so you have to decide which size you want. This is 2mm and this is 3mm, and you can see that it's a little bit thicker with 3mm. So my preference is the 3mm when I can find it, and it is a little bit sturdier. I buy the elastic in large quantity and stick it in a little bowl and keep it that way, and it seems to work out really well to work with it. I buy about 50 yards at a time, and I will leave where I buy it in the description. I just found a new store on Amazon that was like 100 yards for $13. It's just amazing. So I'll show you where I buy that, because before it was costing, I would buy 50 yards and it'd be $35. So this is just great. I bought 10 yards as a test, and it's good stuff. So the beads I call them beads, but they're just adjusters, I guess. I buy this company provides them in a zip bag, so if you don't have a way to store them, you can just keep them here. And they are $16 for 1,000, which is the best price I've found for beads anywhere. So that was just something I just stumbled on. I keep them in a little tin can working on my desk, so I don't have that many. Some beads companies that you buy from will provide this little metal hook. Not all of them do. So this company did not provide it, but a previous one that I purchased from did, and it's super helpful. You know, if you can see the little hook on the end, it's pretty sharp. So you probably see this little boo-boo here. I actually put the hook in my finger about 3 times in one day. So I will show you how to be careful with that, because once you get blood on your elastic, you cannot send it. You have to like scrap it, start all over, which is what I had to do. If you don't have this hook, you can use a needle, and this needle that I suggest, it's a little bit thicker and it has a rounded point, so when you pull it through, hopefully you're not putting the needle through your finger. So how do you use this? Let's find the end of our elastic and I will show you. So we're going to take a bead and we're going to put it through the small hole. I'm going to put the needle through the small hole, pull it through, and then I have a loop. And I'm going to take the elastic and I'm going to put it through the loop. I'm going to hold the elastic, both ends of the elastic, and then I'm going to pull the needle back through the hole, and the elastic comes through. So now we have our adjuster. We can make this the right length that we want, match up the ends. And just so you know, I cut all of my elastic 9 inches. It works for kids, it works for adults. With kids, yes, there's going to be a little bit left hanging more than adult, but this way you only need to cut one size. Now what you don't want to do is follow the directions that you get when you buy the elastic, or that you see on Amazon, not the elastic but the rubber beads, is they have you just leave it just like this. But you don't want to do that, because these little suckers come right off. So what I suggest is you make a tiny knot on the end, after you put the bead on. Just make a little knot. And you could also make it slightly large if you like, and make a little loop, and that way it could be hung. You could even make the loop even bigger. Maybe for kids, then this could be put on a hook, the face mask. So I sew my elastic in, and that's why it looks this way. You could do it another way if you didn't sew in it, or if you put it through afterwards and you tied the ends. Yes, you may have to make the elastic maybe 10 inches or 11 inches because you're tying it in, but I prefer to sew mine. Right now I make the 3D mask and I sew it in while I'm making it. Okay, so let's use the hook and do it. Put the bead on. So we're going to take the hook and we're going to take a bead and we're going to put the hook this time through the hole, small hole. And I'm going to make a loop with the elastic. So I'm making a loop with the elastic, and then I am going to just hook that loop, hold it, push it with my thumb, and pull it through. This is where you want to be careful because this is where I got my finger stuck in that hook. So you kind of want to be real careful when you pull it, and you want to watch out because this is a sharp hook, and what it can do is it can snag this nylon, polyester, round elastic, and if it does get snagged, you want to stop and just release it slowly because it will ruin your elastic. So that's pretty much how you do it. I will link in the description where I purchased these beads and where I purchased the elastic for such a good deal. And let me know if you have any questions, and have a great day.